Hey, what's up, cinephiles? This is Cinephile Philip Wayne, and today I'm coming to you from inside the Batcave because today we're going to be talking about something so controversial, but everybody's got their favorite. Who is the best Batman? Let's find out right now on Cinephile. So a recent online poll showed that everyone agrees there's one specific actor who was the quintessential greatest example of Batman on film or television. But number two is where things get really interesting. You see, number two actors tied for who the best online Batman is. So what we're going to do today, we're going to compare number one and then my number two. However, before we get into my number two, I definitely want to give props to the tied person on number two because this scene right here still gives me nightmares.
Where were the other drugs going?
I don't know. I swear to God.
Swear to me!
So, if you have not guessed already, number two was Christian Bale and Ben Affleck tied for the number two position of who was the greatest Batman in cinematic history. But today we're going to take time and we're going to explore the differences between the number one and the number two, which would be Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. Let's jump into it. Comparing Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck as on-screen Batman is tricky since each brought unique strengths to the role in different cinematic contexts. Here's a breakdown of what each actor brought to Batman. Defining the Dark Knight for the first time, Keaton's Batman in Batman 1989 and Batman Returns 1992 was the first serious live-action Batman that captured a darker, brooding hero as opposed to the campy 1960 TV series. Tim Burton's vision and Keaton's performance defined Batman as a mysterious, complex character, and Keaton struck the right balance between intimidation and vulnerability. Number two, intensity and mystery. Keaton's Batman was almost ghost-like, quiet, intense, and unpredictable. He let his eyes and subtle expressions convey Batman's internal turmoil, adding layers to the character without a need for lengthy dialogue. His less is more approach gave Batman a mystique that felt fresh and captivating. Number three, memorable Bruce Wayne. Keaton's Bruce Wayne was understated and slightly quirky, bringing a distinct quality to his portrayal. He captured the idea of lonely, somewhat haunted billionaire who was still approachable. His Wayne wasn't flashy or overtly intimidating, which contrasted nicely with his intense Batman persona. Number four, that iconic legacy. Keaton's portrayal is nostalgic and iconic because he set the standard for a darker Batman in live action. His performance has stood the test of time, and his recent return to the role in The Flash highlights just how beloved his Batman remains. Now let's talk about Ben Affleck. The experienced, world-weary Batman, Affleck's Batman in Batman vs. Superman 2016 and Justice League 2017 is older and grittier, drawing on Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns for inspiration. Affleck brought a darker, more physically imposing Batman who's already been through the ringer and feels the burden of his vigilante years. Number two, the physically intimidating presence. Affleck's Batman is the most physically imposing on-screen to date. He embodies the physicality of Batman with a powerful build and an aggressive fighting style, making his Batman truly menacing in action sequences. The warehouse fight scene in Batman vs. Superman is one of the most impressive displays for Batman in any movie. Number three, the complex emotional range. Affleck's portrayal showcases a Batman who is cynical, damaged, and struggling with loss. He conveyed a Batman who in his disillusionment was willing to cross moral lines he might not have before. Over the course of his arc, though, he finds redemption and hope, evolving his character beyond simple anger. Number four, a nuanced Bruce Wayne. Affleck's Bruce Wayne was confident, authoritative, and more business-minded, fitting for a man who has experienced a great deal of trauma and has grown jaded. He carried an air of weariness that was perfectly suited to an older, more worn-down Wayne. Who's better? Well, it depends on what you want from Batman. For classic appeal and iconic status, Michael Keaton captured the essence of Batman for an entire generation, making him the definitive Batman for many fans. For a brutal, more realistic warrior, Ben Affleck brings a physically impressive and emotionally layered Batman who feels closer to his comic book counterpart, especially for fans of a darker, action-driven Batman. Ultimately, both actors did justice to Batman in different ways. Keaton is iconic for establishing Batman's darker image on film, while Affleck gave us a more nuanced, physically intimidating, and battle-scarred version of The Dark Knight. I actually regret that we will never get the chance to see Ben Affleck's Batman movie. People that have read the script say that it was absolutely fantastic, with Deathstroke being the main villain and that it had a more detective type of approach to it. So, tell me, who do you think was the best Batman? Drop it in the comments. And if you would do me a favor, don't forget to like this video. But more importantly, I want you to subscribe, because I want you to feel like when you come to my channel for reviews, you're getting a review from an honest and trusted friend. So hit that subscribe button, like, share, follow, subscribe, and until next time, make it a great day.